Okay, so guys, I am back. So I think I cracked the case in my head of Josie's passing. Um, I really had to think about this because to kind of put the dots together, to connect the dots, to really have the two stories in my head, but break them down into puzzle pieces, almost like solving a jigsaw puzzle. But the thing is that the story that was told to the the story that was told the other day was that Andrew called me and stated that that somebody witnessed Josie getting kicked by somebody, and the person witnessed the full kick, and the person who witnessed, I'm pretty sure, rushed Josie to the hospital or something like that. But that's what Andrew told me the other day, that Josie was brutally kicked by somebody and her jaw broke. Now, the story he told me this morning about the dog, that the owner, the whoever it is, I don't know if she's an older lady, but had a dog also, which Andrew never told me that part at all. Which is not a bad thing, but this is a good example of how I can connect two different stories, but have them make sense and actually be accurate and have a full video in my head of what might have even actually happened, of what that person witnessed. But it sounds like the second story involved a dog, a very, from what Andrew and Sue described as being a very large dog that the owner had, that had Josie. Um, and that the dog, so there, and I'm not disagreeing that there was not, somebody didn't kick anything, but I do know dogs have a bad reputation of not letting go or holding something down. Because this dog, if this dog locked on Josie, and she's, I mean, 18 years old, meaning that she's may probably giving out less strength to break away from the dog's grip. Which makes sense. Due to her age, weakness is huge compared to a large dog. She definitely would have not, I feel like, withstand that full on attack. But it sounds like from the kick, because I can see somebody breaking the dog's grip by kicking the dog, not Josie. So that's something I had to like link together, is that the if the kick were to happen, it would be breaking that dog's grip on Josie. But she was rushed to the vet. But it sounds like the person who witnessed the gruesome attack paid for the full vet bill, when Josie went to the vets. So there was somebody that really was the hero in this, and that was, unfortunately, Josie would, I mean, I think would have still, she would have still would have been here. But I mean, I'm an animal lover myself. I mean, I don't want to see animals euthanized, but if animals encounter other animals, should it happen, I would say if this woman had a dog, she could have trained this dog to be around Josie and really train the dog enough to be safe around cats, because that's a big thing, is if dogs don't adjust with cats, it makes it impossible for them to live with one another. But again, I think, because I was like, at first I was like, this is, these don't link up, but I had to put the pieces together and really envision what had happened. The woman who probably heard the scuffle, or there must have been some sort of, I mean, like, sound that uh Josie was making, or like, the maybe hissing. I mean, this woman, hopeful, I mean, it surprises me where if she would, I mean, there must have been like vicious noises coming from the dog and Josie, or at least Josie getting hurt, which hopefully was an indication where, from that woman seeing everything. My question is, hopefully she reacted, hopefully she was the one that kicked the dog, or if somebody else intervened and kicked the dog. But for me, I feel like it wasn't Josie that would have been kicked in this picture at all. It would have been the dog. It would have been the dog in the fight. Typically, it's the person or animal who starts it that will get the corrected mistreat behavior, meaning that this person kicked the dog to loosen the dog's grip on Josie. Because dogs do not let go of what they bring down. We see that in wolf behavior, but dogs, pit bulls especially, they grab onto something, whether it's another dog, another cat, they're not going to let go. But if you can train your dog to be around cats, then you shouldn't have a problem. Like Thor, for example, I feel like Thor likes chasing cats, but then he knows to back down, back off. Because, like, he likes to chase them. Like for example, Sarah. Like, and he knows I know he's very, I think he'd have fun with a cat. I don't think he's out to kill. I mean, look at that dog right here. He's very relaxed, chill. So, and as I said, I love Andrew to pieces. I really do. I'm not stating that Andrew or Sue were at all in the wrong. I mean, I feel like that if you're able to put a puzzle, or at least two stories, and puzzle them together of what knowing by fact, not so much by what you think by fact, by, knowing a lot about animals as much as I do, and knowing that if an animal was responsible for Josie's passing, and that there was a kick inflicted, not, as I said, it's definitely the kick wasn't inflicted on Josie. It was inflicted to release the dog's grip on Josie if the dog refused to let go of her. So when you make it sound like it's two different stories, it's not, because you can break them apart and put them together in the right order. And I know Sue would know what that means, because her and, well, I know Sue loves to do jigsaw puzzles, and I know Andrew does sometimes too, but it's exactly what life can be, is a big puzzle. We're still trying to figure out stories, how they might not link together at first, but actually they might, if you can pull the pieces that fit together and complete the whole puzzle. That's exactly what it is.